Alrighty, what is going on, ladies and gents? Welcome back to the channel for another market update. Hope everybody's having a lovely day. And with that being said, let's get into the TA. All right, so today you did have a filthy gap up on SPY and QQQ, so that is what we're going to talk about. What did that gap up do? It did invalidate this as a double top, which you were looking for a break underneath here, a daily close underneath here, this 452, the 451.50 level down here, for confirmation that this was a double top and it was going to come down to 450, and then likely, if that was going to be the case, then you would come down here to 444. We did not get that. Instead, you got a very big gap up right here. Even bigger over here on QQ. You were up, I think, about 1.5% on the day. Let's just do a little of that. All right, no, 1.9% on the day. You gapped up about 1.5%. So we don't typically have like not any days over 2%, but I was looking for the thing to pull back. And where was I looking for that pullback to? Over here on SPY, I was looking for this gap to be filled and then a retest of this 456.43 level, which was what we broke out from over here. You got your resistance here, you got rejection right here. Of course, we do have our supply zone right here, and we are still, we're seeing if we do have sell orders and what this gap up did. It showed me that day. All right, at least they're not as strong as I was thinking. In yesterday's video, I did say, I think it was yesterday's video, if not the day before, I don't want to spend too much time up here if we were going to get that sell. Why? Because this is a supply zone. Are you just going to keep absorbing these sell orders? Well, that's what happens in the supply zone. If you keep going back up to test it, you need to find a balance, and either the supply zone is going to shove you down because there is a imbalance to the sell side, so these sell orders, or you are going to see enough demand to fly by that, and that is what was looking like it was happening on this morning's gap up. But again, we don't really see 2% days over here on QQ, especially with the VIX as low as it is right now, which the VIX is doing a thing over here. The VIX is, as of right now, forming a hammer candlestick, so we're going to have to see how this ends out the day. But the last one you formed was right over here. You actually had one right here as well. So those did spark, the beginning of volatility events. I'm not saying we are about to get one, but it is something to be watching out for. And we are in the spot to be doing so if we are going to see that. So yeah, over here on QQ, let's go down to the hourly time frame. I'll show you what I am looking out for over here. All right, so we had 3 trading sessions of consolidation over here. You had Thursday, you had Friday, all the way up into Wednesday. All right, so we did have 4 trading sessions. No, 5 trading sessions that was spent inside of this consolidation right here. This range. You broke up with a filthy gap up. It was a pretty big gap up. Will I say right there? Yeah. All right, so you did end up having a pretty sick gap up, and what I am looking for is for you to come back down and test the top of that range and flip that into support. I'm not saying this is going to be what happens, but you did end up having this double bottom here. You confirmed it on the move up, and I wouldn't be surprised to come down, hit the neckline, bounce back up off of it. So you have double bottom as well as the range here. We have bullish structure. That is what I'm getting at. So that is what I'm seeing over here on QQ. You did come right up to the gap fill that was left behind over here. All right, it was the low of day, which was 384.30 over here on the 19th. Came up, slammed your head into it, came back down, and now it looks like, since you did take out the slow, it looks like that is going to be the next stop. I have no idea what's actually going to happen because SPY is also at an important spot right here. So if you wanted to put a zone onto this, I would be using this right there. All right, you can see this is where you got slammed down the first time around. So this is ultimately where you want to see hold. If you do not hold this 456.43 level, then you are coming back down and likely going to test right around right here, 452, what is that, 25? You likely do end up coming back down here. And if you do end up breaking that, what does that do? That does set you up for a smaller time frame downtrend to start. All right, because that would effectively be taking out the previous low. Yeah, you have this high, but after you take out the low, then you're looking for something like this. All right, then you're going to be looking for the lower high. Maybe it gets held up right here on the back test of that level. And then that is when we can be looking for 450. But I will remind everyone, we are in an aggressive uptrend, and I don't think it is the best idea to be shorting in the aggressive uptrend Maybe you're going to miss out on some downside here, but like, just admit it to yourself. It's 100% FOMO that's telling you that. At the end of the day, dips are buying opportunities until proven otherwise. Now, I will point out the safe spot to go short where that dip buying, what I just said, doesn't apply. All right, if you do come down here to 452 and you really do get a close under there, even better if you get a close under 451.50, that is where I say on the daily time frame here, we actually do have the trend starting to change. That is something that on SPY, since all the way down here when we started this move up, well, actually, we haven't had that since all the way back down here. Now that I'm looking at that, we have not came down and taken out a previous low that was established here on the daily time frame. So that would be our larger scale pullback, and that would risk coming down all the way here to 444, the level we have been watching for quite some time. We'll point out from this breakout, we now have rallied $15 straight without a decent sized pullback. I saw something on Twitter yesterday that said we haven't had a down day more than a 1% down day in 43 trading sessions. So I look back and yeah, we have literally not like this is a big fat red bar here, but it was only 0.7%. All right, you have these green days just continuously here, and you have not had a 1% pullback day. Anybody who wants to still say we are in a bear market, just realize this is not going to be bear market behavior. We saw the bear market. We all saw it. It was crazy last year. All right. It was crazy, even at the start of this year. But like in reality, I don't think these days are going to pop up. All right. And if you're going to be betting on something that's extremely unlikely, you're probably not going to have a good time. I'm just pointing out there. Like, look at this 2% down day, 2.9% down day. 3.8% down day. That was 2022. That was literally what we got all the time in 2022. And I can just tell you right now, 2023 is not behaving like we had over there. Now, yes, are we getting this pullback right now? Yeah, of course. But do I think it's going to lead to, a crazy 2% pullback day? No. So like, just be aware of what you're betting on. QQQ is coming back down to test our level. Let's see what is going on here. All right, we're almost there. All right, so we're watching 380 for a bounce for buyers to step up. I don't know what was just said that could have done this. Maybe it's a news catalyst. But as I pointed out yesterday, Jerome really didn't say anything too bearish. The only thing that I could have taken as bearish was that he said 2% inflation is, he doesn't think 2% inflation is going to be achieved until 2025. And that is quite a ways away. So maybe the market does not like that. Maybe they were pricing in like, we're getting back there. But like, 3% inflation is like that. That was the last CPI print. It was literally 3% right on the dot. So, that's not the worst in the world. I'm just putting it out there. And I'm also going to say right now, all right, depending how this candle, ends up holding here, this could end up being your buying opportunity if you did want to go long after missing out on a gap up right there. I'm personally sitting things out because I want to see how things go. We are in a crazy market, and I'm going to be honest, all right, until we come all the way up here and break 462, I do think your upside is going to be limited, and I want to see proof of concept. And yeah, let me just point out why I'm thinking like that, guys. You have this 462 resistance, right? There's nothing up until 473. Nothing. So if you do break 462 and you get a daily close above it, and you pretty much, that signifies to me, if you get a daily close over it, that signifies that there are not sell orders sitting in the supply zone. At least there's not as many sell orders as there are buy orders. And that is when, bulls will be in control until 473. All right. Obviously, if we come down and break the trend, then there's that. But like we were just talking about, until 452, all right, you're not going to know if that's going to be the case, and you are shorting against something. And like we just went over, right, not even a 1% down day in 43 trading sessions. That's kind of crazy. So, good luck out there. I hope everyone's having a lovely day so far. I hope you continue to have a lovely day, and just know, all right, if you are having trouble trading this like extremely difficult market, all right, just like take a step back. All right, just literally take a step back, evaluate what you're doing. All right, I was coming off like a pretty hot streak. All right, I don't know how many trades in a row it was, but then there was this week, and I was like, oh Jesus. But yeah, all right, so I'm taking a step back. don't be afraid to just not trade, all right? That is a position as well, just sitting in your cash and not burning your cash when you are uncertain of things. And, go prepare. All right. With that being said, I will catch you all in the next one. Peace.